That's after just 7 innings and 45 minutes play. It's been terrific stuff, and we're looking forward to the conclusion, as of course are all the supporters here in Schiltigheim in France, with Blomdahl to start again. This is the 8th innings.
First to 50 wins. Fairly basic shot.
Blomdahl, 2 points. Reprise.
Stun and right hand side, but just a fractional misjudgment.
Well, in his last 3 visits, Jaspers, as we see Blomdahl's last shot again, Jaspers has scored a total of 22 points. Well, if he does that in his next 3, he'll be champion. He's already scored more points in the final this year than he did last year when he lost 50-26 Blomdahl. But Jaspers has played so well. Blomdahl's played well as well, but Jaspers has really brought his A game to the final.
Just a feathery, fine contact there.
Jaspers, 1 point.
Just a fraction out with that one. Just a little too much right hand side on. That appeared to be the problem.
Romanian and Hungarian commentators. Point for Romanian and Hungarian commentators, please, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Please keep talking and cue again.
2.
So Blomdahl has reached 25, the halfway mark, only 6 behind. He had, of course, a run of 11 earlier on.
Well, it's amazing. A run of 11 and he's a long way behind. But with his record, experience and ability, he's got a reputation for responding to a crisis.
What?
Yes, this is still anybody's for sure.
Blomdahl, 3 points. Reprise.
Well, at least he has closed the gap a little.
One of the easier shots. Just had to make sure he hit the first object more thin enough so that it didn't contact the red. Speed of the table did the rest.
Deux. Trois.
Well, really excellent stuff now from Dick Jaspers. Not happy to see the cue ball on the side cushion there. But he's gone 8 points clear with this little run of 3.
Jaspers, 3 points.
Very, very tough that. Well, you heard
Blomdahl, 0 points.
his exclamation of exasperation there. Hit that all wrong.
Well, he's has a run of 11 and he's averaging 2.6 Blomdahl, and he's still trailing in the match by 8 points. This is the 10th innings for Jaspers. So even if he doesn't score here, he's still averaging 3.4.
Jaspers, 0 points.
It's only the second time that he hasn't scored in a visit today.
Blomdahl, 0 points. Reprise.
Touched him down there. A little too much left-hand side.
Jaspers, 0 point.
Well, they are human after all, and they can fail to score in what is a very difficult game. Torbjorn Blomdahl back at the table, trailing by 8 points. 26th place, 34 in this race to 50. Deadly hush in the auditorium. A lot of the players who've been knocked out are here, and a lot of other Carom enthusiasts as well, enjoying this final, I'm sure.
Blomdahl, 0 point.
But that's 3 consecutive visits now that Blomdahl has not scored a point in.
Well, one of the problems here was that the red was coming round the table with the danger of disturbing the second object ball. Even so, only just missed it. Only just missed completing the Callan.
Non. Jaspers, 0 point.
Well, only 2 cushions.
Yes, he must have known that was going to be tight, because the white was wedged well into the corner.
While the referee, Andre Chetard, was right over it. Just needed to graze the cushion first, didn't do so, so nothing scored. Again, 3 visits in a row now. Jaspers has not scored a point.
Blomdahl, 1 point. Reprise.
Fall by the first object ball.
Yes, the early momentum, perhaps unsurprisingly, hasn't quite been maintained here. This is a huge deal for these guys. Live on television, this is the richest ever 3-cushion event. 130,000 euros is the estimated prize fund. And of course it's getting towards a stage now where the winning line is starting to hone into view.
What would be really good would be if somebody in Britain saw this game, fell in love with it, and opened a small club, so that we might, in not too lengthy a period of time, see a couple of British players competing. After all, Eurosport has been a great salesman of snooker in European countries where snooker was previously played little, if at all.
Yes, I suppose it could work the other way, couldn't it? In Russia, they're just getting into snooker in a big way these last couple of years, and tables are beginning to spring up everywhere. So Jaspers moves on to 36 with this shot. 14 away from victory. Well, he had the white there a few moments ago, didn't he? And just failed to get the third cushion. Would prefer the ball to be a little further away from the corner. Just went past the red, and he has made the white as well. And this time the white has come away from the corner.
Jaspers, 3 points.
Well, the red moved the second object ball, so that strangled that attempt at birth. Blomdahl came to the table 10 behind, which is a lot in 3-cushion.
Deux.
One of those awkward ones that requires more than the usual amount of thought.
It's his first time out, so they allowed 2 each, so they're each got 1 left. The clock is stopped and will not be restarted on this shot.
If the yellow was further to the left, this would be quite simple.
Trois.
Oh, didn't want the collision, which ends the run at 3, and it means Blomdahl is 7 points behind. Finding it hard to get back on level terms. Dick Jaspers leads 37-30. He needs 13 more to become champion and to avenge that defeat last year in the final to Torbjorn Blomdahl.
And to emphasise his status as world number 1. Blomdahl being world number 3 at present. Right hand side, just the right amount. Running side widens the angle off the cushion, as it did then.
Jaspers, 1 point.
Well, the same thing happened to Jaspers there as happened to Blomdahl the previous time, that first object ball getting in the way of the cue ball. So 8 in it, 38-30.
Brick hole, cushion first.
Blomdahl, 0 point. Reprise.
So 15 innings Blomdahl has played. He scored 30 points, so he's averaged 2, which is good going, but he's still 8 behind.
One, two, 3 cushions, but didn't catch the yellow quite right. Here's another indirect cannon. Good chance of making this.
There's the referee, Andre Chetard, taking charge of the second half. Well, again, the red foiled him there. I think that yellow would have hit the white, but didn't get the chance to.
Very difficult game this, very frustrating too at times. In playing some of these cannons, the corners are useful reference points.
Blomdahl, 1 point. Reprise.
Since he scored that 11 earlier, his best run has been 3. And you feel he needs to try and get another big score in, because Jasper's just nursing this lead at the moment. 8 points, 39-31. He's only 11 away from victory. Nicely done.
And exactly as intended.
And he moves on to 40 points. It's a psychological barrier really in this game, because once you get into the 40s, you know that victory is not far off. And victory's getting closer and closer with every shot. 9 points he needs now.
Very good chance of getting this with the red temptingly in the corner. But there we are. I thought he would play white first, but he's the world number one, not me.
Trois.
He's a twice world champion and twice European champion. He's won 38 World Cup and international titles, and he's won his national title in the Netherlands 12 times. So he's used to winning, certainly.
Quatre.
And he's getting closer and closer to winning. 7 more points needed.
Left of centre striking. Just made it.
Jaspers, 4 points.
Well, 4 scored, and it increases his dominance in this match.
3, 2, 1, 0. Stop talking, please. Stop talking.
So Torbjorn Blomdahl is up against it here, and as I said earlier, needs a big score to try and get back into the final. Trails by 12 points, and Jaspers only needs another 7, and he's champion.
Blomdahl, 0 points.
And unfortunately for the Swede, he's not scored anything there.
Well, I thought he had a better than 50-50 chance of making that, but the cue ball slips round the second object ball.
Jasper, 0 points.
Now, intended to make the cannon off the second side cushion, but made the cannon after striking only the first side cushion and then the end cushion. Just a slight miscalculation.
Well, we apologise for this. We have a slight problem, as you can see, with the picture, which we will do our best to fix for you. Yes, apologies that we have a slight technical problem. We are working to try and resolve it, and get back to the live coverage of what is a very critical stage. We'll try and get this sorted out, and we'll take a short break while we do that. So do stay with us. We'll be back very shortly, hopefully with more live coverage of this GP Masters final, with Dick Jaspers leading Torbjorn Blomdahl 43-31. Well, I'm afraid we've still got a few technical problems, so we can't continue the live coverage just at the moment of this GP Masters final. What a great final it's been so far. Dick Jaspers leading Torbjorn Blomdahl 43-31, so Jaspers needs another 7 points, and I can tell you he hasn't taken the time out. We've just got a problem with the pictures, and we are working to resolve it, but it's been good stuff so far, Clive.
Well, it's been absolutely terrific. When Blomdahl made his run of 11, you thought that he was favourite, but here he is, 12 behind.
Yeah, run of 11 and could still lose. Jaspers will be next at the table. We're waiting, as I say, just to resolve a few satellite problems with the picture, and when they are resolved, well, here we are. We're now back with more live coverage. Dick Jaspers back at the table. Sorry about that, but we are, as you see, back with the final. And Blomdahl, while we had those problems, scored 3 points. Jaspers is at the table on a run of 2, which takes him up to 45.
Jaspers, 2 points.
Well, Blomdahl really needs to respond now. He is 16 from victory. His opponent only 5.
Well, he's the defending champion. He doesn't want to relinquish that title and that trophy, and he'll do everything in his power, I'm sure, to try and get back into it. This is the 19th inning, so he's averaging not far off 2, which is considered a world-class average. Well, it is a world-class average, but of course, if your opponent's playing that little bit better, then you're in trouble. Just got the red. Well, talk about riding your luck. The yellow moved the red, but the white still found it. They were arriving at around about the same time. Well, Well, this is exactly what he needed. As we said, he's within 6 now. And of course, every point he scores is putting that little bit of pressure on Dick Jaspers.
Blomdahl, 5 points. Reprise.
Needed another cushion there, but nevertheless 5 scored. Blomdahl back to within 6.
2, 1, 0.
Dick Jaspers back at the table, leading by 45 points to 39, so he needs 5. Blomdahl needs 11 to become a GP Masters champion.
Just the precise amount of combined spin, backspin and side spin, as was required. You can say that of so many of the successful shots these players make.
Three needed then. There's Claude Fath on the right, who is the president of a GP, who supported this event so well.
Time out.
Well, he's taking his second time out, can hardly blame him. 47-39 he leads, he needs 3 more points to become champion.
Well, once you've taken the time out, you might as well make a good solid job of it.
So Eddie Merckx there, who of course we saw in the quarterfinals. In fact, he lost to Jaspers.
Well worth waiting for.
Yes, indeed. So 2 more points he needs. It's been a terrific event, this, and it's been a terrific final. Just a question of now with whether Jaspers can finish it off, or will there be some sort of glimmer of a chance for Blomdahl.
Pour 1 et la victoire.
So 1 more point and he's champion. What a performance it's been from Dick Jaspers today. But then again, he is the world #1, and today we've really seen why. Raised his game for the big occasion, and he needs this point now to become a GP Masters champion. Well, he's done it in style. He's done it in style. Dick Jaspers, with that run of 5, is the winner. What a performance it was in the final. Warm congratulations from Torbjorn Blomdahl, who himself played very well, but Dick Jaspers takes the title. He was beaten in last year's final by Blomdahl, but a year on, and he's really turned it on. He had highest runs in the match of 9, 7, 6, 5 as well, and a really terrific display, Clive.
Well, just terrific. This is the first time I've watched 3-cushion billiards at length and live, and these two players really are artists.
Yes, a lot of artistry on show, particularly today from Dick Jaspers. So he avenges the defeat of a year ago. He's beaten Torbjorn Blomdahl 50 points to 39. He's the 2009 GP Masters champion. And Alex Lely is going to speak with, I think, both players. There are the stats. As you can see, the average in the end, 2.6 for Jaspers and just over 2 for Blomdahl. World-class stuff.
I don't believe Bob was your friend in this match.
Yeah, it was okay. I had my chances. He played better than me, so I have to take this.
Dick, I think you picked up where you left last year before playing the final. You revenged your loss. You played great. Can you tell us something about how you lived this match?
I was a little bit more relaxed because I was already very happy to reach the final. And I knew it was going to be a very difficult match. So I didn't feel so much pressure for myself. I just wanted to play good, and I did.
Two legends, Torbjorn Blomdahl, Dick Jaspers.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed, 2 legends of Carom, and Dick Jaspers and Torbjorn Blomdahl. Good friends, and played in a very sporting way this match. And just a recap of the stats that we saw there, 2.6, excellent average from Dick Jaspers. He's won the match in just around about an hour and a half, in 19 innings. Terrific stuff. Claude Fath is the president of a GP, and we saw him in the audience earlier, and he's going to present the trophy. Of course, it was won last year by Blomdahl, but this year it's going to go to Dick Jaspers.
The winner of the AGP Billiard Masters Tour 2009. It was the same final as last year, with the same players as last year, but not the same winner. And I'm happy this year to give this trophy of AGP Billiard Masters to Dick Jaspers.
So that trophy is to keep for the next year.
It was a great final for the two players, and I'm sure the people who are here and the people who are watching at Eurosport screen were very happy to see this fantastic match. Thank you, and we hope to see you again next year. And why not, perhaps, the third semi-final. That's for you, Dick. Merci, bravo.
So Dick Jaspers with the GP Masters trophy at the end of a long and engrossing competition. Very interesting qualifying phase. We had a high-quality knockout phase, and the best match of all, undoubtedly, was the final. Just some final thoughts from you, Clive. It's been a very enjoyable 4 days.
Yes, and let's hope it's the start of even better things for 3-cushion billiards. I'm sure that a lot of people in Britain have never seen it, and those that didn't, I'm sure will want to see it again.
Absolutely. Well, we'll be seeing more 3-cushion billiards here on Eurosport 2 in due course. It's been, as I say, a really entertaining 4 days. I know a lot of you won't have seen that much of it before, but I'm sure you'll want, like us, to see plenty more of it in the future. It's been a very sporting contest, this final. Dick Jaspers, well, he really pulled away from the midpoint. Torbjorn Blomdahl couldn't quite catch up. So this year, at least, Blomdahl has to
Subscribe channel for more video.